Birthday, Part 2. We sometimes become greedy when we have our birthday. When it comes to the birth month, something bad might happen little by little. It means something might have gone wrong. It is said that a birthday is a blessed day when we come into the world. We keep giving gifts to our children on their birthdays repeatedly, which could lead them to fall into a bad habit. As we have done wrong, we would face just as much difficulty later. We mistakenly believe that we are doing well, but what we have been wrong. Grand nature does not forgive us for what we have done wrong. A birthday is not a day when we receive gifts. We may think this is contradictory because we have been receiving them up until now. However, we should know that it is a day in which we express our gratitude to the people around us. Why is that? We should be grateful for them to be around us ever since we were born. We should be grateful for the environment that we have. We should also be grateful for all the people who have been watching over us without leaving us. Therefore, instead of expecting anyone to give us a cake, it is right that we get the cake for them as a thank you. Another important thing is that on our birth month, we have to study and ask ourselves, am I really growing as a person that society needs? When we are young, our parents celebrate our birthday with bad habits that spoil us. So what should parents do for their children's birthday? Parents should educate their children on how to celebrate their birthday until they reach the age of 21. They need to teach their children the right thing from puberty, saying, I am taking care of your birthday now. When you grow up and enter the society, it will be your responsibility to give back. You shouldn't expect others to celebrate your birthday. Birthdays should be a virtuous day when we prepare and take care of our birthdays. If we spoil our children habitually, it will lead them down the wrong path and affect the society. This wrong deed will come back to us for as long as we continue to spoil our children. That would be a punishment from grand nature. Even though it may not be too big, it will eventually get to us. It means that God wants to teach us again through difficulties. Therefore, our birth months are the time for us to reflect and study. Here's a structured analysis and summary from a mentor's perspective. The passage presents a reflective and somewhat critical view of traditional birthday celebrations, particularly focusing on the practice of gift-giving and the expectations surrounding birthdays. It suggests a philosophical approach to how we perceive and celebrate birthdays, urging a shift from receiving to giving and from entitlement to gratitude. Central themes: reevaluation of birthday celebrations. The text calls for a reconsideration of how birthdays are celebrated, suggesting that the emphasis on receiving gifts could lead to greed and entitlement, which may have negative consequences both for individuals and society. Consequences of spoiling children. It argues that spoiling children with gifts on their birthdays can lead to the development of bad habits, which might be challenging to correct later in life. This approach to celebrating birthdays is seen as potentially harmful, leading to difficulties as a form of punishment from nature or a higher power for the wrongdoings. Gratitude and giving back. The passage emphasizes the importance of gratitude and giving back. Birthdays should be a time to express appreciation for those around us and the support we have received since birth, rather than expecting gifts. Self-reflection and growth. It suggests that birthdays, especially the birth month, should be a period for self-reflection and asking oneself whether one is growing into a person beneficial to society. This introspection is highlighted as a crucial aspect of birthday celebrations. Parental responsibility in birthday celebrations. The text underscores the responsibility of parents to teach their children how to celebrate birthdays meaningfully. Instead of fostering a culture of entitlement, parents should guide their children to understand the value of gratitude, contribution, and personal growth. Analysis. The perspective offered is countercultural, challenging prevalent norms around birthday celebrations. It promotes a more introspective and community-focused approach to marking these personal milestones. The notion that grand nature or a divine entity might punish individuals or society for the way birthdays are celebrated introduces a moral dimension to the discussion. It suggests that our actions, even those seemingly benign like how we celebrate birthdays, have broader implications. The emphasis on parental guidance and the developmental journey from childhood to adulthood highlights the role of socialization in shaping individuals' values and behaviors. It positions birthdays as not just personal celebrations, but as milestones within a broader educational and developmental context. Conclusion. From a mentor's perspective, this passage calls for a profound shift in how we approach and celebrate birthdays. It encourages a move away from materialism towards a more gratitude-focused, introspective, and socially responsible celebration. This approach not only aims at personal growth, but also at fostering a more empathetic and cohesive society. The text suggests that by changing how we celebrate birthdays, we can instill values that benefit individuals and the community at large.